Hello everybody and welcome to Bird's Nest Designs. It's Tutorial Tuesday, a little earlier tonight as something's come up for my evening, and so I didn't want to cancel. I figured it'd be better to come on here early, so hopefully some of you will be able to join. If not, the replay will be here for you to watch, and I'll be sure to go back and check in on the comments and get back to you all. So yes, we've got a bit of a crazy week. My mom has sold her house, and so now we are frantically busy getting ready to be downsizing and packing and moving. And so yes, we're having a huge garage sale this weekend that we're frantically trying to get ready for. So hence why I'm here an hour and a half earlier this week, but I'm here and I hope that you guys will watch along. Hi Sharon, thanks for joining. Okay, so tonight we are going to be using this birthday piggy. Ooh, this way. I love this stamp set. This is the stamp set I've chosen to be the feature of the week on my blog and of course here on Facebook Live. So I love this stamp set. Isn't it adorable? And this can be found in the new, hi Robin, this can be found in the new annual catalog. It's definitely one that you're going to want to check out because it is so cute. This is a card I shared on the blog on Monday. So cute with all the primary color scheme. And look at that little guy with his balloon. We're going to be using him again tonight in a different way. But yeah, I just love these colors together. Super fun card. All right, so I don't have a lot to share as far as that goes. Don't forget that the Stampin' Up! Kit collections are still on sale for the rest of the month. Buy one, get one free, so that's a really great deal. The last chance list is still up. There's still lots of items available from the retiring catalog. So if there's anything that you want there, then be sure to check that out too and get your orders placed before the end of the month, or better yet, before they sell out. Because as you know, the last chance items are only available while supplies last. So that's one you'll definitely want to check out. All right, so should we get ready to create? So I am going to turn the camera down to my desk view here. I'm going to show you the card we're going to create, and then we'll step through it together and make the super adorable fun fold card. All right, so here's my desk view. Okay, here we go. Look at this guy. Isn't he adorable? So what we've got here, it's got a belly band around, so this will slide off. And then we have a landscape gatefold card. So it opens like this, and then we have this cute little piggy, that's the one I showed you on my first card, peeking out at us from the inside of the card. The star of the show, aside from the stamp set, is this gorgeous Subtles. This one is So Saffron, the designer series paper collection. This is a 6x6 collection. It is so pretty. We're using a color scheme of So Saffron, Petal Pink, and Soft Suede. They're really subtle together, and they really pop and are perfect for the little piggy and his dirt that he's lying in. Okay, so let's get started. Here I have the card base, and it's So Saffron, and it measures 8.5 by 5.5. And what I've done is I've scored it from each end in 2 1/8 inch. So from both ends, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to, with the bump on the inside, we're going to fold that in and fold this one in, and they should meet in the middle. Perfect. This one's a little overlapping, which is okay, but we can always just adjust it like this and just get our bone folder. It works a lot better than just using your finger. And we'll just do this here. So hi everybody who's watching right now. If you're not able to watch live and you're watching the replay, hello to you too, and thank you for popping in. I've got now these designer series papers. This is the beautiful floral images from that collection. And on the back are some pretty lines, and they've got a really subtle line in between each one too. So it's very pretty paper. We're going to go ahead and attach these to the card flaps, these two front folds. So this one measures 5 1/4 by 1 7/8, and the other one is the same right here. So we'll go ahead and attach that to the front. And if you've never bought the 6x6 color family collections, they really are a great thing to add into your stash because you get you get 4 sheets of each color in that color family. And in this particular one this year, you get 2 different patterns, 2 of each. So you get a really great assortment in all of the colors in that family. So for instance, this card, you could switch it out, and instead of using So Saffron, you could pick a different one and make the exact same card in a different color, and it would be really, really pretty. Okay, so I've gone ahead and we've got that attached here on the front. When we open it up, we're now going to attach a piece of soft suede, and this measures 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go on the inside of our card as kind of the backdrop to what we're going to put on the inside. Lately, I have been having so much fun decorating the inside of the card along with the envelopes, almost as much fun as making the card itself. So don't forget to do that when you're making your cards. All right, the next thing I want to do is take these 2 shapes here. Now these are from, and I forgot to bring them in with me, these are from the Scallop Contour die set. I do want to show this to you because I think this might just happen to be, for this week anyway, my new favorite die set. Let me just find it here. It was paired in a bundle in the last catalog with, well, now I can't find it. This is just good. Here we go. Here is the Scallop Contours right here. So this is the die set, and we're using the 2 smaller of the scallop stitched rectangles. So I've gone ahead and I've cut them out. I've got the larger one in petal pink and the smaller one just in basic white. But look at those gorgeous stitch lines and the fun scallops. I love it. So we're going to do some stamping on the white one. We're also going to stamp on the inside of the card, as I mentioned. So this one measures 3 3/4 by 5, which is just going to be a 1/4 inch smaller all the way around than our soft suede. Okay, so I'm going to set the rest of this pieces aside, and I'm just going to focus on the stamping at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to color with our Stamping Blends markers. I've got a big assortment here beside me. So these are the alcohol markers, and to color with those properly, you do need to stamp with a water-based ink, which our Tuxedo Black Memento is. So that's a color I'm going to be using. And we'll start with the front of the card. So I want to have this cute little piggy laying in the mud on the front of the card. I also want to make sure I have room to stamp my sentiments. So I don't want to go too close to the bottom. I want them to be centered horizontally. So we're going to stamp him just like that. Isn't he adorable? I just love this little piggy. Okay, and then we'll take the It's Your Birthday, and we're going to stamp that right below. Hi, Sonia and Heather. Thanks for tuning in and watching. All the way from St. John's, Newfoundland. Hello, welcome, Heather. Okay, we're going to stamp this guy right here. And there we have the front stamped. Now we're going to, of course, do some coloring, which is going to be super fun. But for now, we're just going to set that aside. And while we have the black ink out, let's go ahead and stamp the inside of our card. So as you can see on the inside, what I've done here is I've stamped the piggy with his cake, a couple of butterflies, and the sentiment, go to your happy place and stay there all day. Okay, so we'll take our piggy here. Isn't he adorable? And we'll just get him nice and inked up. I always like to check because this ink pad's not as big as the normal one, so you have to kind of move your stamp around, as you can see, making sure it's good and inky. I don't want to put them all the way to the bottom because I do have a 1-inch strip of Designer Series paper that I'm going to put on the bottom here. So there's our little piggy, so cute. Now we'll go ahead and we'll stamp the sentiment off to the side here. And then, for a couple little extra touches, we'll add a couple of these super cute butterflies. Put one up here, and maybe one over here. Isn't that adorable? So we'll go ahead and color that too. The first things, now, as you can see on my belly band for the front of the card, I've got some butterflies stamped on my soft suede. And I think that's a perfect little added touch to this sweet, sweet card. So here is our belly band. Now we don't need to stamp the whole thing because all you're really going to see is the front little bits. Now you also see the back, so you can choose to stamp both, which I did because they're so cute. But first things, let's do something first. Let's take our card and create the belly band so that we can see exactly where we're going to want to stamp. So I'm going to just set this over top of this piece here, and if you're going to recreate this card, this just measures 8.5 by 2. You'll see as we go that you don't really need an 8.5 inch piece, but for me it was just easier. I'd rather have it too long than too short. So we can always cut a piece of it off. So I'm just going to lay my card over top of the cardstock strip. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this down. And you know, you could score this and you could do it all that way and make sure that it's just so, but I find this easier. Too many times I've tried scoring it, and then my score lines don't quite line up, and then it's a little bit frustrating. So for me, I find it easier just to do it this way. Make sure your edges are lined up, and then you can go ahead and crease those edges. You don't want it to be super tight because of course you do want your card to be able to slide in and out, right? Now that we've got that done, you can see that there is quite a bit of excess cardstock here. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim a little bit of it off on each end. Okay, so about 1/2 inch off each end. So if you wanted to, you could cut this to 7.5 by 2 and create the same band. Or you could do it the way I've done it and make sure that you have lots to work with. So now that that's in place, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue here on this edge and the same thing on this edge here. And then we'll just give that a fold. And there's our belly band created. So that'll just slide off and onto our card. Of course, with the camera over top of you. It doesn't always work so easy. There we go. So you can see it's going to slide nice and easy. So now we have a good foundation as to where we want to stamp our butterflies. So in no pattern at all, just totally random, I'm just going to stamp with the black ink again, some of these butterflies. I'm going to turn the stamp to make it look completely random. Some are going to go off the edge. And just stamp as many as you want, just to add an extra little bit of cuteness to the front of our card. Okay, and then we can flip it over and stamp. Now you can see that I was checking there. What I was checking for is that when I'm looking at the back, the butterflies are still upright as they are on the front. Okay, I didn't want my butterflies to be flying upside down. So here we go, we're gonna do this. Stamp it a few more times. Of course, the whole back side you will be able to see, so you wanna make sure that these butterflies are super cute. Maybe I don't even need another one. Okay, so there we have our belly band ready to go. Let's set that aside now and let's do a little bit of super fun coloring. I love coloring, especially when I'm using the Stampin' Blends. They are so easy to use and they come up with such a beautiful finished product. So I'm going to use Petal Pink blends in both the light and the dark to color my little piggies. And I like to start with dark. You know, I say that, but sometimes I switch it up. Sometimes I do it the opposite and I do the light and then the dark, but more often than not lately, I've been drawing the dark out first and then I turn and go in with the light to kind of blend it all together. So it's a personal preference. There's no right way or wrong way. And as I mentioned, I switch it up. Sometimes I do one and sometimes I do the other. So tonight we're going to do the dark first. And what I'm doing is just highlighting the edges of basically the whole pig image. And really quickly with my paint edge, I'm not being overly particular. I'm just going to outline all the way around. So when you color with the blends, do you like to do it dark and then light or light and then dark? Because, you know, like I said, everybody has their own preference and there's certainly no right or wrong answer. Okay, so we've got them all highlighted with the dark. And then I'm going to come in with the light. And of course, I also like the paintbrush end. Markers have two ends and some people prefer this end, some people prefer the smaller marker end. Again, it's personal preference. Oh, we got that little piggy in. Now you could also do these piggies in a really pink color. You could do them in Flirty Flamingo or drawing a blank. You could do them in polished pink if you wanted a really hot pink pig. Any color would work. They're just super cute. I am going to use a little bit of Flirty Flamingo here, and this is just the light one. And I'm just going to do the end of their noses. I want that to stand out and be a little more pink than the rest. And then I'm just going to do a quick little highlight on the inside of their ears, just like that. Just to give it a little bit of a pop so it stands out a bit more. And I'll bring that up to the camera just so you can see what I'm talking about with the darker pink nose and the pink highlight on his ear. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is just to finish off the little piggies is take my smoky slate and I'm going to use the dark and just color in his hooves. Both of them. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to assume that he is lying in a lovely pile of dirt. So we're going to use some soft suede to create a nice colored mud. And again, I'm going to start with the dark and we'll just highlight around some of this mud here. He's having a mud bath on his birthday. How perfect. Like I said, these little piggies are so adorable. And there's one image I've yet to use, which I'm going to plan to use for my Friday creation. So check back in on Friday on my blog. If you've never visited me on my blog, it's createwithbirdsnest.ca. And I try to post 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you can sign up for my newsletter and get those posts delivered right to your inbox each time. Or you can just sign up for my newsletter, which will go out periodically. I'm trying to get into a routine of doing them on the 1st and the 15th of the month. And so any updates for Stampin' Up or Bird's Nest Designs will get posted out that way. Any new classes or clubs, any promotions, sales, or if there's just something I want to share with you, that's how I will contact you, is through my newsletter. So again, you can find that in the top button on the home page of this Facebook page, or you can visit createwithbirdsnest.ca. Okay, so he's got a little bit of mud here. He's eating his cake in the mud as well. Love it. So now, hopefully you've answered me whether you like to do dark than light or light than dark when you're coloring with your blends. Now I'd like to know how many of you are falling in love with these cute little piggies. Maybe you already have the set in your collection. I know it was one of the first ones that I added to my cart when that new catalog went live. Okay, so now Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to use that to color the stems, or not stems, the leaves, sorry. So I've used just the dark, and then I'm going to use the light and the same Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to kind of trace the little grass blades and the stems just to give it a little bit of color like that. And then my favorite flowers are just plain white daisies. So that's what I'm going to create these as. So I'm going to leave the flowers themselves white, but I'm going to color the inside a nice dark Daffodil Delight. Perfect. Now there's the front of our card. It's absolutely darling. I just love these little guys. So that was super fun and super easy to create. We'll just set that off to the side. And now we're going to color our little piggy for the inside. So because our color card is yellow, I am going to use yellow to color his balloon. Now I'm going to point something out. In the sample card I did first, I used So Saffron. But to me, it wasn't bright and bold enough for a birthday card. So I really want this balloon to stand out. So I'm going to switch and use Daffodil Delight. And this is my go-to yellow. I love it. It's nice and bright and bold, super fun. So I'm just going to use And here I just finished telling you I like the paintbrush end, and here I've opened the marker end and I'm using that. So as you can see, I just love these markers. It doesn't matter which way I use them. I just find them absolutely wonderful. So now I'm going to just color that one in with the light Daffodil Delight. Like so. So cute. And I love how bright that is. It's perfect. So now the cake, he's going to be eating a chocolate cake for his birthday, because that's what I would choose if it was my birthday. So we're going to make this one have a chocolate cake as well. And I'm going to use crumb cake. I don't want it to blend in too much with the soft suede we used below here. So I'm going to use my crumb cake. And again, I'm using the paint and the marker end because this is a relatively small image. And sometimes I feel like there's a little bit more control on a very small image when I use that end. So I'm just going to highlight the bottom and the top with the dark. And then I'm going to color it in with the light. And you can see as I'm coloring, it's blending those cut lines together. Love that. And you can see there's no streaks. It's just an absolutely beautiful product, these Stampin' Blends. They color amazingly. So now I'm going to bring in my soft suede again, and this time I want just the light, and I'm going to make the middle layer of the cake a nice, rich, deep chocolate. Anybody else thinking they'd love a piece of chocolate cake right now? Maybe it's just me. All right, and now we use Flirty Flamingo for his the nose and the inside of his ear here. So I'm going to use that again to keep a little bit of consistency in the card. I'm just going to color the candle pink. Okay. And then using the light smoky slate, I'm going to color the plate that this is sitting on. Okay. So now we have just the two butterflies. Originally, I did them yellow, but right now I'm feeling the urge to color them pink. So I'm going to use my Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to just highlight the back wings here, dark pink, and just a little bit along there. Same thing here. Okay. And now we'll finish it off by coloring those butterflies in with a light pink. And we'll do a side-by-side comparison on the insides of the cards and see which one you guys prefer. They're very similar. I just switched out a few little simple elements. All right. Here's the card that we created, the gatefold, horizontal gatefold, or landscape gatefold. And now we're going to attach this cute little piggy on the inside. Oh my goodness, he's so adorable. I don't even know if I want to put the designer paper in there, but we'll see how it goes. Okay. I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal here. We'll attach them on the inside. And I just trying to eyeball that there's a nice, even and consistent border on all four edges. Okay, so as I mentioned, I have a 1-inch strip of designer paper here, and it's 1 inch by 5 1/4 because my original plan was to go ahead and stick this on here like that. That is how my sample card was. But if I'm being totally honest, I don't know if I want to cover up that cute little piggy. So I'm going to leave it off for now. We'll decide that in a second. The next thing I want to do is to create and finish off this belly band. So what I've done is I've taken my large petal pink scallop die, and I'm going to attach that to the inside of the belly band so that it's even, or even-ish is good enough for me too. So what I'm doing is I'm counting the scallops. This is a really technical way to do this, but I'm going to count the corner and then 2.5. Corner 2.5. To me, that's good. It's a perfect, easy way to measure and eyeball it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that in place. You can see I'm holding the back and the front, and the seam is going in the front because then it'll get covered. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of my multi-purpose glue, and I'm going to sneak a bit. Oh, I didn't clean that up very well. I'm going to sneak a little bit under here. Now this is probably not the most technical way to do this, but it works. So we can actually slide that out. This will be a little bit easier. We know that we're going 2.5, so we're safe to put the glue. Oh, maybe I grabbed an empty glue. Wouldn't that be lovely? Okay, we're going to abandon the multi-purpose glue, and we're going to just go ahead and use our Snap and Seal. Because we've taken it off now, this will work just fine. So I've just got the 2 strips. Bear with me, guys. Okay, now we'll go through here. And remember, we're doing 2.5 off from the corner. We want to have it centered this way as well, as much as we can. And then 2.5 and 2.5. And then if we just go ahead and squish it down, it's going to be glued into place. There we go. There's our high-tech way to create this belly band. All right, so we can go ahead and put that on our card, of course. Sometimes you just gotta fiddle with it a little bit until, the more you slide it in and out of there, the better it's gonna get. Oh dear. There we go. Okay, so there's our super cute start of our belly band. And now we'll take our final little piece here and we're gonna put it on top. Now, of course, some of you watching are going to say, Denise, where's all the dimensionals? Because we haven't used any yet, but here they come. We're going to pop the Piggy up on top of the belly band. So we're just going to put 4 dimensionals, maybe 5. Put one in the middle just for good luck. We'll peel those off. And then this little guy is going to get zipped right up here. And I'm trying to center it with the camera over me. There we go. Ta-da! Isn't that adorable? Okay, so there is our finished fun fold, gate fold, belly fold, all kinds of fold card with our This Birthday Piggy snap set. Hey Bobby, thanks for watching. So this is just going to slide off and then we're going to compare centers. So here's the inside of the card we just created tonight. And here's the inside of the original card I created. So really, I've used a little bit of a brighter color for the balloon. So we've got Daffodil Delight versus So Saffron. And here I colored So Saffron butterflies, and this one I've colored the pink. And then we've left off the designer series paper. Now both ways are super cute. Hi Tina. They're both super cute. So which one would you say? With the original or tonight's? I'm really digging this one tonight, so I'm gonna leave it like that, I think, but I'm gonna wait and give you guys a second or two to comment. There's a few of you watching live. If you're not live and you're watching the replay at my regular time at 7:30, then please comment because I do want to see, I love to see how everybody's creativity is a little different. So yeah, so we've got original or tonight. Let me know which one you guys like. I think what I'm going to do is leave it the same way, leave it the plain without the, thank you Heather, I agree. I do agree. I think it's much cuter without the designer series paper. I don't want to cover up this cute little piggy. All right, so there is our card, the super cute belly band gatefold card. I am going to upload this to my blog and to my YouTube channel. So tomorrow morning's blog post will be all about this super cute piggy card. Thanks everybody for joining me. I'm gonna switch the view here again. You just give me 1 second. There we go, here I am. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. I so appreciate you popping in live, even though I had to change the time at the last minute, but it probably worked out really good for you, Heather, being in Newfoundland. So that's awesome. Now I'm going to go have some quick supper and then I'm going to head out to my mom's to help her get ready for this humongous garage sale we're having this weekend. So I appreciate all of you for your support and for watching. If you're watching the replay, thank you for that too. Like I said, leave your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on this super cute card tonight. And I look forward to next week to be live at my normal time, hopefully. And if I can't be, then of course I will try and post it a little sooner. But as of now, 7:30 next Tuesday is perfect. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. And I will see you all real soon. Cheers.